All right. Good morning. This is our first lab day assignment. And the second day of school, we realized that a lot of us more than half of us aren't here because we have a double in another class. This is something that those of us that are here are doing here during the class period, and everybody that has a double in another class is going to do this for homework. Don't worry about what day it's due if you have a lab, because for the different classes it's going to be a different day, so I'll tell you when you come back from your lab. This is a really necessary practice. It's going to be worth 20 points. And it is practice, so I'm not looking for perfection. I'm looking for you to just do the best you can on it. Purpose. Why are we going to do it? When we create bigger works of art as we move through the course, we are going to work from our sketchbook, and we will do some small sketches and then replicate our favorite one on a large piece of paper. So it's important to be able to look at a blank square such as this and replicate something else that we're seeing, like a small thumbnail or a small sketch, onto it, and understand the composition and understand the distance between one line and another, and kind of be aware of the edges of our plane. So what I want you to do is look at this and think of this as look at this as if it were a sketch in your sketchbook, and look at this as if it were a larger work of art, so like a final work. So for instance, we might have shells in front of us as we go through the course, and you're going to be working in your sketchbook, and I'll have you create some small thumbnails. This is called a thumbnail drawing. It's like a smaller version of your drawing. So you might be figuring out a composition for your shell. Do you want it in the middle of the page? Do you want it lower? And then you're going to have to recreate that on a large piece of paper. So it requires some awareness of your picture plane. This is a picture plane. And there's different things that you can learn in practice that will help you replicate. So first thing is to segment. For instance, there's a line that goes right through the center of this page. It's going to help you replicate these lines exactly if you segment your page and then work from the inside out. Okay, and so on and so forth. Another thing is you can create a frame. Look at how right here, there's all this empty space here. My entire outline isn't in this artwork that I'm replicating, but if I create a frame and then segment my page, I can pretty much copy exactly what's here and then erase those extra lines. Do you guys see that? Okay. As you go through, do they get trickier? Absolutely. But you can actually get to the point where you're inventing your own lines to segment the page. For instance, if you get down here, this is a trickier one, because what do you do when you've got all curves, right? You can look and see where this dot is, replicate that, and then I can make an oval here that'll help me. Okay, I can make a line here that'll help me, and then I can use these as kind of guiding lines. So give it a shot. There is a front and a back. it gets more detailed. Please do not be concerned. Oops, look, I'm frozen. Okay. Please do not be concerned with counting the number of circles as these get more dense. Does that make sense to everybody? Like, you're not going to count the number of dots here. You're just going to fill it with that's visual texture, okay? So have at it, and when you're done with it, whether you're here today or a lab person, please follow our procedures for hand-in. You're just going to put your name, period number, and then throw it in the turn-in bin, and I will check them, give you advice on them, and then you'll find them with a grade on them, hopefully 20 points, and in your folder. If you do not get 20 points, maybe it's because you didn't do as much practice as I was hoping, and I will always give you a chance to practice more for full credit for any 20-point assignment. Okay?